Hello, everybody. This is Michael Gregg with Rob Brooks Realty.
I'm Rob of Rob Brooks Realty. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. And I'm a property manager for Rob. Rob is here in the flesh. And Rob, we're going to talk a little bit about investments today. Investments. What are some good tips you can give those that are looking to purchase a property as an investment, and whether they, manage it out or live in it for a while, then manage it out, or whatever the case may be?
Right. So there's a lot of websites and books that people can go to get information on how to invest in real estate, or what are some things that to look for when buying real estate for investment. But I'm just going to give just the basics. There's four main things that you need to be looking for when you're selecting a house to do investments in. Or if you're trying to decide, is my house, suppose you're moving and you're making the decision of, is my house good to keep in a long-term property management position when I leave, and then just keep that as my investment options. By the way, yes, I invest in real estate, and that's all of my investments. I don't do any stocks or anything like that. I'm sure people can do well in that, but I just see so much good return in long-term management of real estate that's where I have my investments. So the first thing that a potential buyer needs to be concerned about is the area, and they want to make sure that the neighborhood not just looks good and feels good to them, they feel safe at the neighborhood, but what is the outlook? The general, where is this neighborhood, or where is this part of town going? And of course you want your investment to hold its value as far as its worth, as well as you want rents to continue going up.
Yes.
School performance can be a big determiner on that. So does crime maps. You can check out the crime maps and see what the rates are around a neighborhood or around a part of town. If you have, say, a larger house that has multiple bedrooms, then yeah, you bet that school rating is going to play a big difference to your tenants. And so check that out. I look for areas of town that are on the upswing, so to speak. And I could talk about really in our Emerald Coast area, we have a lot of nice areas,
Yes,
and
we do.
The military influence has certainly made, and the vacation influence has certainly made our area prime, in my opinion, for property management. We got a lot of good areas. So let's say that would be number one.
Okay. What would you say are some types of loans that are out there for investors?
Yeah, so of course there are a few options for financing property. One is cash, and then after that you don't get the same kind of loan that you would for buying your own personal residence. Expect that the best you'll be able to get is probably going to be around 80% of the value, and you're going to pay a little bit higher interest rate when you're purchasing a house.
Okay, great.
So I'll go ahead and talk to you about in the area. You're not just looking for what is the prognosis of the area, but also what are the rents that are happening in the area. So when you're working with your realtor, ask the realtor to not just give the common information on what's for sale in an area, but also ask that agent to give you some ideas of what rents are in that area, because you want an idea of, okay, these are the prices for sale in the area, and then these are the prices what tenants are willing to pay in this area, and do a quick math to figure out, okay, so they're paying a lot more in this area for rent per purchase price than they are in this area. So you can figure out where the smarter investment is by doing that quick math.
Right. And how long it takes to rent those properties out as well.
Right.
Whether it's weeks or months. So those are all important factors.
Yeah. So the rental demand is a huge thing. So I'll tell you a final thing too that I'm always looking at that the owners rarely are looking at, and that's durability of the property. I walk into a house and it's a perfectly manicured lawn. There is white, brand new carpet all the way through the house, and there's a lot of, we'll say, azalea bushes that are perfectly trimmed in the backyard. I'm looking at it, and maybe a pool and some other things. Okay, that's all very nice and desirable things that we enjoy. They're not durable.
Correct.
The carpet will become worn. The perfectly manicured lawn will not be perfectly manicured after a few years. And we'll take steps to minimize, but in the end, I think it's a law of thermodynamics where things just tend to degenerate.
Yes.
And if there's a tenant in a property, it tends to degenerate quicker than if an actual owner is in the property. So tile floors are great. A lawn that is where the grass extends all the way to the house, where there's not many bushes to maintain, is good. And pools, while they're great to have as owners, and maybe certain subdivisions, it is a great bonus for a tenant to have that pool, and they're willing to pay quite a bit more. But for the most part, most tenants are not willing to pay above and beyond the upkeep it would take on that pool.
Right.
So these are 4 things that you need to be aware of when you're looking to buy a property. Of course, you can call us at Rob Brooks Realty for more details on it, but the 4 things in review are look at the prognosis of the neighborhood or area of town. 2, look at what the area rents are. 3, look at what the house costs are. And then 4, what is the durability of the property that you're considering buying.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Rob. And again, if for all your real estate and property management needs, I'm Michael with Rob Brooks Realty Property Management here in Northwest Florida, and this is Rob Brooks.
Yep. Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for watching.